Again. So where did you gain weight? All the multiple times that you took decisions that enhanced the weight gain. That's when you were gaining weight. And what do you think you need to do to lose weight? All small decisions. Right? Alright, so that's a great start. We're here to talk about branding your paradigm. Branding your paradigm. Branding your paradigm. I got interested in a few authors some years back. And these guys were documenting the lives of successful people. So we would say successful preachers, successful mothers, successful children. You don't think about it, right? Successful child. Documenting what made people what they became. See that? What made people what they became? What made people what they became? I want you to try that. I want you to try that and ask yourself a question. What made people what they became? Let's say that together.
What made people what they became?
Again.
What made people what they became?
Again.
What made people what they became?
You see that statement? It's one of the most powerful statements you have come to know in your entire life. That right there. What makes people what they become? What makes people what they became? So how do people become? See that? How do people become? How do people become narcissistic? How do people become murderers? How do people become Virginians for lovers? Right? What made that person become a hairdresser? What made that person become a footballer? What made that person become a soccer player? What made that person not just become a soccer player, but a great soccer player? Where does greatness come from? See those poignant questions? Solve those questions if your lifestyle is ever going to change. Oh my God, I punched someone yesterday. What made? So I want to give you guys two words that you should always have at the forefront of everything you do before you do it. Word number one, concept. Word number one, concept. Word number one, concept. Precept. Precept. Okay. So when we say pre, always remember before. Right? When we say con, what are we saying?
Now.
Okay. Alright. So precept, concept. Anybody ever heard the word concrete? Concrete. So when you say concept, is that which is set, that which is put in place, that which does not move. Okay? That which is the common denominator. Come on. Everything rests on the concept. Precepts are important, and precepts build concepts. Precepts build concepts. Precepts build concepts. So, A little bit of reflection. Why are you wearing what you're wearing? What you're wearing right now is a reflection of what you became while you were precepted. Do you guys get what I just said?
Yeah.
What you're wearing right now, this concept, is a product of what you were precepting, what you were thinking before you dressed up. You get what I'm saying? Okay, let me debunk a few things. Number one, nobody. Okay? Falling in love is an illusion. Because then those who argue with the person they love, right, should never reconcile. But they do reconcile in some relationships, right? Okay, so that means you don't fall. See what I mean? It means you don't fall. So why is your hair the way it is? What were you thinking before you came to this conclusive look? So this is what I want you to do for the next few minutes. This is what I want you to do for the next few minutes. Let's write down a few things. Number one, money. Number one, money. Wrote that down? Mm-hmm. Number two, relationships. Number one, money. Number two, relationships. Welcome. Number three, number one, money. Number two, relationships. Number three, success. Success. Number four, education. Number four, education. Number five, food. Number five, food. Number six, forgiveness. Change. Alright, so this is what I want you to do with this exercise. What you think about those things. I want to dig into the anxiety bracelets. Yes. How can So let's drive this home. Ready? Ready? Everything in your universe. So look at how many universes are in this place. So many universes. Everything is responding to you. So if you're often depressed, everything in your universe will respond to that depression. If you're often angry, good will hardly come to you because you'll be angry with it. So it stays away. Uh-oh. You okay? Everything all right? I did not know you.
Yes.
What do you do?
I'm in verse 8.
When you came in, I took note of you. There's more to you than this aid. I hope you plan on changing that. There is more to you than this aid. A whole lot to you. To you. A lot of damage to your self-esteem. That seem to tell you you can only go so far. Now, when I look at this thing that I'm seeing, meaning you and what's happened to you, I see opportunities, but then I see you standing you from accessing opportunities. I see a lot of pain, and I see comparison. I'll explain. I wish. Do I wish? And you really don't think you're comparing. I wish. I'm not sure why my life went like this, but I really wish it didn't go like that. And you see, there is this thought that keeps on bringing a kind of remorse, like life wasted. I seriously don't see behind these doors. Now you want to know how I know all of this?
Yeah.
It's what you're imitating. From now, you will realize, whoa, wait a minute. You'll begin to sense, wow, different than I was yesterday. Come and different. That's changed. You know, it's interesting. And this is because of the room. So you can move in a certain direction, and someone is saying, ooh, you're coming too close, what are you about to say to me? And then you're like, ah! But you don't know that someone hears you. Yay. Selma, you said, right?
Yes.
Do you like skating?
No.
No? Let me tell you why I said that. So you know, like when you go like to the youth playground, you find people like skating, the like, you know, all of those things that people like bicycles, they like skating. Okay, so I see you there. You like to be in the crowd and you like to be part of what's winning. You say, okay. Your aspirations are up here. But yeah. You have a reservoir of ideas. You can sit around people and advise 50 of them. But you see, it's also giving you a false sense of importance. But it's okay. Now you can take actually you're meant for more than just the talk. This self-branding thing, where you can just wake up and say, my hair is going to go this way. And everybody is thinking, well, that's what he has today. What's your name?
Kevin.
Kevin. And everybody just says, oh, that's what Kevin is doing. Let's all do that. Is that right?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. The world is looking for people like you. And the thing about people like you is, see, so this is the thing, right? And I want you. You're getting older by the days. Okay? So where you are in life right now, you won't be able to go back there 5 years from now. If you don't bring the right impact to these people I'm seeing all around you, I mean, they're not here, but you understand? Good.
Yeah.
If you don't bring the right impact, you will not be able to come back 5 years from now. Really can do right now. So with the right material, number one. Number two, you have to have the right vision. What is now that I've realized that these things are not just abstract, it's really me. Now that I know to make a difference, I really want to be intentional. So when 5 years from now, I really want to be intentional. So when 5 years from now, you're in Medicare. You know?
Yes.
Very good. Patrick, is all making sense, right? Hey, son. Okay. All right. So I'm going to give you guys but this new you that is ready to take charge. Okay? This new you that's ready to take charge. Because after you leave here today, this, you have something in front of you. Another exercise. You're going to leave your seat and you're going to take a walk. Whatever the idea it is that you're reading down, I want you to go outside. And some things are going to come to you. You can hold your notebook with you if you want. But just go out. Just walk. And open yourself up. Because there's no telling what is going to come to you. You can go out there and the next great world-changing business idea comes to you. Just walk. And then you can come back in about 15 minutes. Marriage is a You guys get the point, right? Okay. So if you're I want this in every relationship. Okay? There has to be some kind of agenda. If there is no we are waiting. There is a house and someone to buy the house, right? Relationship. That's what a relationship is. So if there is no common conversation, and guess all right? People in your life who are moving in the direction you are moving. Always know where you're to. Now, even if you don't tell them where you're coming from, because there are some things. See what I mean? And sometimes when you talk about where you're going to, people may contribute. See that? People may. For example, what's the work you've done? You remember someone. See that? Now your life is moving in the direction. The power of a mastermind. And whose input takes you into your destiny. Okay, so just think right now. I mean, you must be able to count with. I did not say who goes and watches movies with you. That's about people whose input matters, whose words matter to you. To be on speed dial. Right? So if I come and look at whose number is on your speed dial, I should be able to tell where you're going to. There are numbers on my cell phone. See a call coming from that. Not now. Not now. Right? Someone goes here like, yeah. You know, I really pray you won't have, oh, let me put it this way, that you will not be one of you, no now. Show up. You show up with value. Did we get that? You show up with what? Value. Show up with value. I was doing an exercise. I was a barber for a few hours. That was my exercise. And while I was at it, cutting this gentleman's hair, some things, and when he was done sharing them, he left me with value. Sometimes the value I seriously don't think has a cash value to it. Impression. And that's Mr. Emmanuel over here.
And I edit with their demeanor and so.
Yes. Yes.
It's not about knowing people, not to know the right people.
Exactly. It's not just about knowing people. You have to know the right people. And right? From the angle of value all the time. Value, 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 value. Right? It's about what am I bringing? Who else?
If you can find your precepts, then you will determine your concepts.
Okay, that's fine. Good. Yes, Miss Wendy.
You should help people. You should help people whose words matter to them.
Yeah. You have to know the people whose words matter to you. You have to know people whose words before they are spoken. Do you get that? You have to settle. If I know your words matter to me, I have to settle before you say them, that when you say something, I should be able to. Alright? So, it's not just enough to know those whose words are valuable to you, but you must settle on what to do when those words come out. Alright? If I realize that someone says very important things when they open their mouth, if I am in a group with them and everyone else is talking, I will sit there and wait for when that person is going to say something. See that? I'll say no. I'll wait. When that person says something, I'll put everything together and know what I'm going to do. If that person hasn't spoken, no, let's stay right here. Because people who say valuable things keep quiet when fools are speaking. One is a fool, right? You understand what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, people who say valuable things keep quiet when is that if you come to somewhere running things around here is that person. See that? Okay, great. Who else? You can go seconds, that's okay. Yes.
What you honor seeks to honor you.
Woo! What you honor does what? Seeks to honor you. What you honor seeks to honor you. Do you know one of the reasons why President Trump had and still has such he was speaking to a group of people. And those people, because of his honor for them, were ready to die for him. And they still are ready to die for him. So you may sit in your corner and you're like, this is so crazy. What are they? Cards and win. See that? There is a gentleman, his name is Grant. He's into real estate and a bunch of other things. He has this photograph where he's sitting on a plane. He's married to an amazing woman too. Both of them are just quite interesting. He has this program where he talks about haters. You can't hate. You can't hate. So one day I'm listening to him and he says, all haters don't progress. I'm thinking, what are you talking about? Then he brings about stuff. So if you speak negatively about stuff, then all of that you have to have a space free of hate in your mind, in your environment, in your consciousness. Just take hate out of your life. And there's a lot of sense in that. Practice it, you'll see it. A lot of good will rush into your life. All right, anyone else? Yes.
Your future is what you practice.
Your future is what you practice, especially daily. Because today never ends. See that? Yes, ma'am.
Everything in life is
Everything in life is an
an exercise.
exercise. It sounds simple, but exercise, you might be on the floor. See what I mean? Okay. If you go to a hairdresser you haven't been to before, it's an exercise. Right? An exercise for them and an exercise for you. Maybe you'll be sitting there and being uncomfortable. And maybe that's the reason why the hairdo doesn't go well. See what I mean? Everything in life is an exercise. Everything in life is what? An exercise. Oh, this is new makeup. I haven't used it before. Okay, fine. As long as you remember that you haven't used it before. They had used. No, you haven't what you've used before. Okay, I'm driving a new car. Is the transmission is what we mostly have around automatic. (1960) model. Okay, so it's stick shift. And I'm thinking, well, I'm used to this other one, so my leg on the gas pedal. This is a different machine. You have to know how to shift the gears manually, right? Okay, you're going to burn that thing because you don't know how to deal with new stuff. So always remember into the new to deal with new stuff. Okay? You have to come into the new to deal with new stuff. The question is, how do you do that? You do that by jumping. Just jump. No questions, no caution, just take a dive. Bang. And then you derive the full benefits of it. I've been to, it's been years I've not been to class. I don't know. The more I don't know, you don't know, the more around your life. And you come to the new class and you're like, well, they're all new. I'm not sure what they're all about. I don't know. I'm just going to stay in my corner. Okay, well, when you stay in your corner, things also stay in their corner. How many of you enjoyed this change of seats? How many of you were at the last event? You saw people changing seats, right? You can, and you never get the best sitting on the wall. You only get the best coming in. People who look at an opportunity and say, well, I just want to see how it's going to work. It never works well. But when you look at something, you say, you know what? This is it. Things happen. I remember an opportunity was presented to me, and I looked at it and I said, that's it. I'm doing this. In less than a year, we're coming to $2 million. You know, the way you clap is determining how. You just made it. So that's it. Okay, right there. Do you see what just happened?
Yeah.
And now,
Being a millionaire is not defined by the
Oh,
acquisition
come
of
on.
$1 million, but by my ability to provide you with a solution.
yes, 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 yes. Exciting, isn't it? Very exciting. Very exciting. Very exciting. Very exciting. Very exciting. So let me tell you guys a story. The lady who just spoke had a transaction with me this year. She bought one of my She bought one of my homes, and it was listed for $310,000. But this is what I want to talk about. Talking about bringing value to people's lives. We were able to just be good to her with almost, I don't know, almost $20,000. How would you like to give someone $20,000? It's fun, isn't it? You add value. You have to practice that. You have to practice that. When you practice adding value, you will notice a lot of things about you will begin to shift. Because every time you add value, adding value, you will notice a lot of things about you will begin to shift. Because every time you add value, comes in. Then you add more value, and then value comes in. And then you add value. I remember a few days ago, we had a project to work on someone's home. We went over there to analyze the home, and I found a CD dated 2013, and I was the speaker. 2013.
Yep.
Patrick, you see that? It's like, wow! How do you go to home? You don't have a clue. You just call it for a project, and there it is. And I'm thinking, where am I like this? I have to take pictures. Like, click, click, click. Like what? say, like I was saying to you, you can never say, I'm just passing time, I'm just, no. You are intentional every time. You have to be. Because 5 years from now, you're not going to go back there. So if you don't put value now, the opportunity is gone. That's nice. Hands are going up now, yes? Go ahead.
What made people what they became?
What made people? That was a question.
Yes, about.
We're saying that you had to be curious to find out what made people what they became.
A bad precept to bring into construction.
Oh yeah.
Aha! Yes. Anyone else? Yes.
Always educate you around you.
Always educate your environment about you. Yeah. Always educate your environment about you. Let people know what you're about, where you're going to. If something is not on your lane, don't be going there. That's the thing we usually say. If things are going the wrong direction, don't follow them. Right? If they're going the wrong direction, don't follow them. Because that's not where you're going. What are you following them for? Right? Okay. Anyone else? Yes.
Branding is scoping out exactly what you would like to be and then becoming it.
Say it again.
Branding is scoping out exactly what you would like to be and then becoming it.
Say it again.
Branding to be and then becoming it.
Say it again.
Branding is scoping out exactly what you would like to be and then becoming it.
So have you done that today?
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's good. So always remember that. It's not how you woke up in the morning. It's what you decide the day to be. I didn't wake up well. I need to get some. It's how. So energy to do the things you're supposed to do. I said because I have things I'm supposed to do. You don't seem to get that because you don't have things to do. You don't know why you're waking up. So no, wait a minute. I've seen your schedule. You woke up and you were out of your house the other day at 2, then the other day at... And how do you... When do I sleep? You fought 1,000... I'm ready to go. I have stuff to... It should be like... I have to go to work and clock in. I don't feel like going to bed. Then your whole world, because everyone has their own universe.